Live from Central Oklahoma, this is UCentral News.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Ian Nickel.
And I'm Lauren Jackson. Welcome to this edition of UCentral News. There's a 24-inch water line break on Kelly Avenue between Covell and Danforth. The line break has caused water pressure issues to some Edmond residents. We asked Bill Begley, for the Marketing Public Relations Manager for the City of Edmond, to give us more insight on the issue.
Well, earlier this morning, sometime between 7 and 8, there was a water main break, a 24-inch water line along the west side of Kelly Avenue between Covell and Danforth. I don't know the cause. I know that field services crews reported early to begin repairs and will be working on the repairs until they are complete. The water leak is causing low water pressure for a number of the residents and businesses in the area, but the crews will work until that leak is repaired.
Edmond Field Service crews and authorities have responded to the site. The line break has caused traffic, with the southbound curb being closed. Edmond officials did not say how long it will take to fix the line, and we will keep you updated.
Career fairs are a great opportunity to meet up with your future employer. The Fall Career Fair is going to happen at the Nye University Center in the ballrooms on Wednesday, September 25th. It starts at 12 p.m. and ends at 3 p.m. 88 employers are expected to be at the event, where you can meet up with organizations such as AmeriCorps, Buckle, Paycom, the U.S. Agency for International Development, and more. Attendance is free, and make sure to bring your UCO student ID card for stellar credit. It is also important to dress professionally so you can come across as serious and confident to your employers.
The Omega Psi fraternity will be leading a helping hand to female residents of the Commons tomorrow morning. The fraternity has offered free trash pickup services beginning at 11 a.m. Residents who want to take advantage of this service are asked to leave their trash outside of their front door before 11 a.m., and the rest will be taken care of. The fraternity has offered to continue during the service every other Thursday going forward, and the initiative is a great way to keep our campus clean. We have a huge thanks to Omega Psi for giving back to the students and the university.
And I'll tell you what, I mean, it's going to be hot today, and I think it's going to be hot tomorrow too. So give those guys taking away the trash some water for sure.
Yes, it is super hot out. I hope they stay safe.
Yeah, for sure. Let's toss it over to weather to Gwyneth Duncan. Gwyneth?
Thank you, guys, and good afternoon, Broncos. We're looking at 93 degrees outside. It is not feeling so good. It's very hot outside. Our UV right now is at 8, and you can definitely feel it, especially a UV at 8 at 4:30 is just really rare for us, and it's really bad going into fall. Our winds right now are really high, a drastic difference from what we've seen these past few days with light east wind. Now we have a high south wind at 17 miles per hour with a gust at 25 miles per hour. As we move on to our allergy index, we've been feeling it. We have a high tree allergy and a high ragweed allergy, and I know I've been feeling it. I've been sneezing constantly. It just doesn't feel so good outside, and it's going to continue to get worse as fall approaches. As we look ahead, we're going to have highs in the 90s these next couple of days. We do have a fall-like cold front moving in that is going to move in a little bit later than the weekend. It's kind of been pushed back. Those winds are going a little slower, so it's not going to arrive to us as early as expected, but it still will bring a low chance of thunderstorms and 80s next week. So it's going to start feeling like fall. It's going to be much better and much more enjoyable for us rather than this 8 UV and the 93-degree weather. It's insane. But that's all I have for you guys right now. I'll have much more later in the show. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you so much, Gwyneth. It's a big day for the U.S. economy. The Federal Reserve announced a half-point cut to cut federal interest rates. This is the first reduction to the rates since March of 2020, when the rate was cut by 1/4 point. Consumers can expect gradually to see lower annual percentage rates on credit cards and auto loans. However, the cut means that they will also see lower yields from their savings. The worry is the Fed's effort to lower inflation could go too far and result in a recession. Many economists predict interest rate cuts are expected to continue through 2025.
A new and deadly wave of explosion rocked Lebanon for a second day. as Israeli forces carried out attacks against the militant group Hezbollah using personal devices like pagers and walkie-talkies. So far today, 14 people have been killed and more than 400 injured, according to Lebanese health officials. This is after at least 12 people died in a similar attack on Tuesday. As Laura Aguirre explains, the explosions could derail efforts to end the fighting in Gaza and remaining Israeli hostages home.
More sirens, more explosions heard throughout Lebanon Wednesday. A blast, cloud of smoke, then screams at this funeral gathering in southern Beirut, one of many walkie-talkie attacks reported over the past several hours, leaving hundreds of people injured and a number of fatalities that could still grow. It's the second wave of attacks carried out by Israel's intelligence service and military forces, all targeting members of the militant group Hezbollah. Israel's defense minister calling it the beginning of a, quote, new era in Israel's war effort.
The United States did not know about, nor was it involved in these incidents.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken is in Cairo Wednesday, meeting with Egyptian leaders and working to advance the tenuous ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas, potentially made even more fragile now by the events of the past 2 days.
It's imperative that all parties refrain from any actions that could escalate the conflict.
Sources familiar with the matter confirm that Israel did notify the U.S. ahead of time that it was planning an operation in Lebanon, but it did not give any details. Hezbollah has vowed to retaliate. That may only fuel what the world was hoping to avoid, a widening conflict in the Middle East.
We have warned about this for a long time, that this will end up with a regional war. And this is not in the interest of any side, any country in the region.
I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
In the aftermath of the latest wave of attacks, the U.S. conveyed to Iran via a back channel that was not involved in the attack, and that Iran should not escalate, a separate U.S. official told CNN. Iran's ambassador to Lebanon was injured by an exploding pager, according to Iranian state media. Throughout the course of the nearly year-long war in Gaza, the U.S. has consistently sent indirect messages to Tehran about not escalating.
For the first time in 30 years, the Teamsters Union has not chosen to endorse a presidential candidate in the 2024 election. The last time that the union did not endorse a candidate was in 1996. This comes after the Teamsters released internal polling from 3 separate polls asking about who the union should endorse. The first round of polling was held before President Biden's withdrawal from the race. Polling data shows that members backed Biden 44.3% to Trump's 36.3%. Following President Biden's ending of his campaign, the Teamsters commissioned a national electronic poll of its 1.3 million members, open from July to September. Members of the Teamsters Union voted 59.6% for the union to endorse Trump, compared to 34% for Harris. A third poll was sent out after the debate, and Teamsters chose Trump by 58% over Harris's 31% for an endorsement. The union chose not to endorse either candidate despite poll results. And I'll tell you what, Gwyneth had a great weather block just now, and she's going to have another one in just a little bit.
Yes, I'm so excited to hear about that fall weather. We'll get to Gwyneth after the break.
Rugged, rough, built for the road ahead.
Sometimes I feel like a shell of a man.
Commercials are fake. What you're feeling isn't. Call or text 988, Oklahoma's mental health lifeline.
The University of Central Oklahoma grows and thrives. We move forward, daily living the Bronco way, being reflective of our neighborhood, community, history, and Oklahoma. This is what has made us who we are. Oklahoma's Metropolitan University, the third largest university in Oklahoma. This is where movement is. This is the University of Central Oklahoma.
Welcome back, Broncos. And looking outside, like I said, it's much hotter than it has been these past couple of days. With that UV being at 8 today, really hasn't felt nice. But those winds are really up, coming up from the south. And looking across the state, we're looking at mid to high 90s. It's really not feeling good across the whole state. It's not the best temperatures outside right now. As we go into tonight, though, those temperatures are going to drop. It's going to feel much better. 76 degrees and clear with a nice southeast wind coming in at 11 miles per hour. It's going to be a nice night. If you want to go out for a walk, it's going to feel lovely. The only issue is our humidity is going to rise tonight. It's going to go up to 63%, and it's really not going to feel that great. Across the state, like I said, 70s. We even have 57 degrees in Guyman, but mainly 70s, mid to upper 70s across the state. As we go into tomorrow, starting off at 7 a.m., we're going to start off at 76 degrees. So we're going to start off pretty hot, and it's already going to be humid. So just imagine how it's going to feel at noon when it hits 90 degrees. If you're out there, you're going to want to be not in a sweater for sure, because it's not going to feel the best. When we get to 7 p.m. though, we do have a slight chance of clouds. It might be partly cloudy as that sun sets. We're going to go into 92 degrees that night. So it's really not going to feel that great tomorrow at all, especially with that humidity that's going to stick throughout the day. As we look across the state for tomorrow, we even have some triple digits in some of our cities. It's not going to feel the best. In Enid, we have 101. It's not that good. In Clinton, 101. Not the best, but for the metro, it's not going to be so bad as it would be there. As we look ahead, like I said, highs in the 90s these next couple of days, and then we have a fall-like cold front moving in. It's going to move in Sunday into Monday, and we are going to have some rain chances with that. Just a slight chance, but still a chance. Better than nothing. We have 80s this next week. It's going to feel amazing. It's going to start feeling like fall. As we move into our 7-day, like I said, it's going to be in the 90 degrees these next couple of days, and then that cold front starts to move through. It's going to move through slowly, but once it does, you're going to notice that wind is going to change, and it's going to feel a lot better. Like I said, we have those rain chances coming up, and I'll go more into depth about that later in the show. Are you guys excited for these chances of rain? Because I know we've been pretty dry recently in the metro.
I am so excited personally. Ian, what about you?
Oh, I'm super excited. I'm sick of this July sounding weather. I mean, it's September and it's already 90 degrees still.
With temperatures as 101?
Gross. We gotta lower that down.
Up next, Prince Harry returns to England, but what for?
And famous YouTuber Mr. Beast has a major lawsuit. What is social media saying? Maureen Dirk will have your social media update after the break.
Happy birthday! Make a wish.
Miss you guys.
Blue skies smiling at me, talking about blue skies. Do I see bluebirds singing a song, talking about blue skies from now on?
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive,
you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Are you really sure this is all going to fit?
Oh, it'll fit. I got that.
All right.
When hauling anything, ensure it's secure. Losing your load is dangerous for all drivers. We want everyone to make it home safe. Help make Oklahoma safe by securing your load.
My name is Maureen Dirk, and I'm here with your social media update. Prince Harry has announced his return to England on September 30th. He's returning to London to accept the annual Well Child Award. Well Child is a charity in the UK for serious ill children. Harry has been heavily involved in this charity for the past 16 years. Many royal family fans have wondered and speculated on whether or not Harry will visit the rest of the royal family while he is in London, or what else he will do while he is there. However, nothing has been confirmed. YouTube star Mr. Beast, whose real name is Jimmy Dawson, and Amazon are involved in a class action lawsuit for the reality show The Beast Games. The reality show had a $100 million budget and was set to be the largest game show in history, beating out Netflix's hit Squid Games: The Challenge. The show included 1,000 participants competing to win a cash prize of $5 million. Accusations of Mr. Beast and Amazon include failing to pay participants minimum wages and overtime, failing to prevent sexual harassment, emotional distress, and putting contestants in dangerous situations. One contestant, known on the show only as Contestant 5, had to say this in a Variety interview. "We were deprived of medical care, food, sleep, and basic hygiene. The story is still ongoing, and the release date of the show has yet to be announced." Mr. Beast isn't the only celebrity facing legal issues. Hit singer Miley Cyrus is being sued for her plagiarism in her 2023 hit song, Flowers. She is being accused of copying lyrical and harmonic elements from the 2012 hit When I Was Your Man by Bruno Mars. Mars is not involved in the lawsuit. However, Tempo Music Investments, the co-right owners of When I Was Your Man, are the ones issuing the lawsuit against not only Cyrus, but her two co-writers and Apple Music. Flowers won Miley her first 2 Grammys this last year and spent 52 weeks as the #1 song on the Billboard charts. Last night was the premiere of the hit show Dancing with the Stars. The 13 pairs of contestants did not disappoint. Some of the more memorable performances include Najorsky and Riley in their lively performance of The Jive, and Bachelor star Joey surprising fans with his dance moves in his Western Cha-Cha. However, Pretty Little Liars star Chandler Kinney did receive the overall high score and set the bar for the competition in her beautiful performance of the tango to the hit song Hot to Go. The rest of the competition, including Bachelorette Jen Tran, Olympic gold medalist Lola, and NBA star Dwight Howard, are right on their heels. The most surprising contestant of the night was Anna Delvey, convicted felon and scam artist whose real name is Anna Sorkin. Last night, Anna competed with a bejeweled ankle monitor. In People's Magazine interview, Delvey said, "I have reinvented myself many times, and this time I am going to be a ballroom dancer." By the end of the night, Robert Spelling and Vel Johnson found themselves at the bottom of the scoreboard, but the judges decided not to eliminate anyone from the competition just yet. They did warn that next episode for Hollywood Night, there would be a double elimination. Finally, Instagram is making some major changes. Starting this week, new Instagram user accounts will automatically make children and teens under the age of 18 accounts private by default. These changes are made to promote a safer environment for kids and teens online. Minors on the app will also not receive notifications between 10 p.m. and 7 a.m. Further regulations include the prevention of direct messaging from non-followers, limited sensitive content, and a feature that allows them to select the content that they want to see more of. Instagram did say that teens ages 16 through 17 can undo these changes made to their accounts. However, anyone under the age of 16 will need parents' permission to take away these restrictions. Instagram has said to combat teens from pretending to be older than they are, Instagram will require them to verify their age in various amounts of ways. Current users will see these changes over the next couple of months. Ian and Lauren, I know Dancing with the Stars is one of my favorite shows. What couples are you guys most excited to see?
Personally, I love Winona Mayer. She is a great Olympian and a female lead in this world currently. What about you, Ian?
I'm very excited to see how Dwight Howard does with his 6'10" frame with like a 5'5" dancer. I wonder how that combination is going to work out. And also, did I hear an ankle monitor? There's a star with an ankle monitor?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
How does they allow that? That's unbelievable. Coming up, UCO football is hosting a first responders night.
And what is the UCO volleyball team up to? Jeremy Ramirez will have your sports update after the break.
I was raised to believe in the power of possibility, to always move forward but never forget where I came from, to value hard work, ingenuity, and hospitality. On one hand, my people are rough and rugged. On the other, refined and elegant. They taught me how to love beautiful things and cherish my past, to seek out adventure, eat well, and to have a good time. So I keep their traditions alive every place I go. They call me Oklahoma City, but you can call me the modern frontier.
UCentral News as a whole, you got to be in those different areas, like being on camera, being off camera, being in the control room. And so I feel like that is what prepared me most about being in the workplace.
UCentral and the mass comm department has provided me all the tools and the fundamentals that are needed in order to thrive well and thrive fast at my job.
Maybe it's time to hit the road and visit a place where stories unfold. This is the land of the ultimate road trip, with sights old and new on Route 66. There's fun to be had, so much to do, and a few new surprises before you get through. Oklahoma has the most miles to share of Route 66. It's really quite rare. TravelOK.com will show you the way. Come see for yourself this iconic highway.
Hello everyone and happy Wednesday. I'm Jeremy Ramirez and welcome to this edition of UCentral Sports Update. UCO announced today that the Broncos' next home football game will be First Responders Night at Chad Richardson Stadium. UCO has partnered with Oklahoma ER Hospital and TTCU Federal Credit Union for September 28th's game against Fort Hays State. Kickoff is set for 7 p.m. with tailgating beginning at 5. A promotional code is being shared with local first responders to allow staff members up to 4 general admission tickets. In addition, the game will also be a blue out with Bronco fans encouraged to wear blue to the game, and there will be a fireworks show directly following the game. Speaking of Bronco football, the team will have its first road test of the season as they head to Nebraska-Kearney to take on the Lopers this Saturday at 7 p.m. The Broncos finally cracked the top 25 poll on Monday and are looking to become 3-0 on the season after a blowout win against Langston in Week 1 and a dominating upset over number 2 Central Missouri last weekend. The Lopers are also entering Saturday's matchup with an upset win under their belt as they defeated number 22 Northwest Missouri 21-14 on Saturday. We'll have all the highlights right here on Monday. Sticking with nationally ranked teams, the Bronco volleyball team moved up 3 spots to number 15 in this week's top 25 poll. The ladies are 9-0 on the season and won 5 straight last week at the Flagler Saints Classic. The Broncos will make their home debut tomorrow at 7 p.m. inside the friendly confines of Hamilton Fieldhouse as they take on Southwestern Oklahoma. Good luck, ladies. And on to women's soccer. The Broncos will wrap up a 3-game homestand tonight as they host Southern Nazarene in a non-conference match at Tom Thompson Field. Kickoff is set for 7 p.m. UCO is 2-2-0 on the season so far. The Broncos will be back on the road this weekend, just down the road at Oklahoma Christian at 8:15 p.m. on Sunday evening. That's it for sports today. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Jeremy, and that soccer game is going to be a lot of fun for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. Coming up, which NBA star is 24-14 home is no longer on the market after 10 years.
And Gwyneth Duncan will have your last look at weather when we come back.
Rugged, rough, built for the road ahead. Sometimes I feel like a shell of a man.
Commercials are fake. What you're feeling isn't. Call or text 988, Oklahoma's mental health lifeline.
The University of Central Oklahoma grows and thrives. We move forward, daily living the Bronco way, being reflective of our neighborhood, community, history, and Oklahoma. This is what has made us who we are. Oklahoma's Metropolitan University, the 3rd largest university in Oklahoma. This is where movement is. This is the University of Central Oklahoma.
NBA legend Michael Jordan's iconic Chicago area mansion just sold after being on the market for more than a decade. More than 32,000 square foot home in Highland Park went for $14.8 billion. When you drive up to the front gates, you'll see Jordan's longtime jersey number 23. The former Chicago Bulls superstar put the mansion up for sale in 2012 with an original asking price of $29 million. The legendary estate features 9 bedrooms with 15.5 rooms. The home is an airy and amenities including full-size basketball court and an infinity pool. Jordan built this mansion in 1995 on 7 acres of land. According to the Realtor.com, Michael Jordan also owns several homes across the U.S. He has a rental property in Utah, a penthouse in Chicago, and a lake house in his home state of North Carolina.
Yeah, the pool sounds great, honestly. Let's send it to weather with Gwyneth Duncan.
Thank you. And looking at tomorrow, starting off at 7 a.m., we're looking at 76 degrees. It's going to start off moderate. It's going to feel pretty nice. But like I said, that humidity isn't going to feel that great. Going to noon, it's going to be hot, and that humidity sticking along. It's not going to feel well. It's going to be sticky outside, very muggy. It's just not going to be the best day tomorrow to be outside. Going to 7 p.m., it's going to be partly cloudy as those clouds start to move in, and it is going to reach 92 degrees. So it's not going to feel the greatest tomorrow, but you're just not going to want to wear anything that's too overbearing. It's not fall yet, but we're getting there. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Gwyneth. I'm Lauren Jackson.
And I'm Ian Nickel. Have a great rest of your Wednesday.